Hey everyone, welcome to West New York Brews, Buffalo's beer and brewing podcast. My name is Scott. I'm a home brewer just outside of Buffalo, New York. We're currently live on Twitter and YouTube. I don't know if I mention that every week, but I should, because if you are available Thursday nights at 9 is generally when we're doing this. We will be live on Twitter and on YouTube. And tonight we're talking about the Buffalo Beer Buzz, just like we do every week. And I'll talk more about it on the other side of the theme song. All right, before we begin, want to remind you we're a member of the Hopped Up Network. It's a podcast network of independent regional beer podcasts. You should find out more at hoppedupnetwork.com. And remind you that if you would please leave a review of the podcast on whatever you're listening to, it just helps other people find it and lets us know what you like, what we're doing, or what we don't like. And we can change or we could not. I don't know. With me this week, just like always, is Brian Campbell from the Buffalo Beer League. Let's start with what we're drinking. Brian, what are you drinking? Ooh, nice.
I just opened a Close Encounters West Coast IPA from our friends at Brickyard.
Beautiful.
This is a good beer. I've had this one before. They just released a new West Coast IPA. I forget the name of it, but we'll talk about it. Ironically enough, it's in this article.
Okay.
You like that tease? See,
nice.
So, but we'll talk about it, and I want to get my hands on that because we always talk about it. More West Coast IPAs, please.
So people who can see us, no one's watching us right at this moment, but they might eventually. I have a Hofbrauhaus Buffalo mug.
Ooh, love it.
Dimpled mug, into which I'm pouring a Froth House Beer Czech Pale Lager. I'm gonna hold on. We're gonna do a really heavy pour into the middle there.
Okay, wait. First of all,
yes, sir.
They can that?
Yes, they do. Look at that pour.
I did not know this.
We're gonna let that settle down. It was phenomenal on draft. Last night I had it on draft. They had it in a dimpled Czech Pilsner mug, and it was a side pull, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll sadly admit that I have not been up there since they had those Luker taps, the side pull taps installed.
Well, we did Wingnuts for the first time.
Oh, that's right.
And we had to go check out Wingnuts. And whenever I'm at Froth, I will drink a lollipop every once in a while. But I always look for, well, they have a couple of good house lagers. They had a hazy 5% session IPA on yesterday. That was pretty good too. I like the lower ABV stuff, and Froth is not always the best for that.
Yeah, we had some. I think I mentioned last week we had some friends in town from Toronto, and they went to Froth, and they really enjoyed themselves there. I guess the Froth we didn't get a chance to go there with them, but I guess the Froth guys took really good care of them, so that's great to hear.
Yep, they're always super nice.
Oh yeah,
and Wingnuts. We can talk about Wingnuts. Have you had it yet?
I have not.
Okay. We can talk about Wingnuts because a lot of people call it really. A lot of people like it a lot.
Don't a lot of people consider them to be like the best wings in the area?
Yeah, and I have feelings. Feelings.
Okay.
They're not. They're not, in my opinion, the best in the area. But what we can get into that. Let's start in the beer buzz, and then we can shoot that kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
So, hold on. Collaboration is 25th. I'm looking for what's happening this week, March 10th. There we go.
Yeah, Brickyard you just gotta go to the second story.
Yep, Brickyard Brewing is holding their 6th annual 1812 night and release a new IPA that you so deftly teased.
We're pros, people.
So this is a night. What's going on?
So this is the 6th annual 1812 night, and basically what they have is it's basically a celebration of Fort Niagara, of the historic Fort Niagara. I think you always got to put the word historic in there, right? And historical interpreters in full garb, in full costume. They'll be there to talk about the history of Fort Niagara, all the battles that were fought there, and This year they're going to have Jordan Smith, who of music and insight from the indigenous American perspective, which is
cool.
great because I don't think they've had that before in the 6 years they've done this. But my favorite, I mean, no offense to everything else, but my favorite is that they celebrate Cascale, old world Cascale at this event. And it's a dwindling thing. If you've listened to us in the past, we celebrate Cascale. We celebrate old world styles done well. And this year they're going to have Cock of the Walk, which is a traditional brown ale conditioned on maple syrup. That's going to be in a cask. And they're going to have Cunning Use of Flags, which is their English IPA, which they've released before. But this one's conditioned on honey, and that's also going to be in cask. And I've been told, Tom, their head brewer, who's a buddy of mine, told me that they're hoping to have some other fun stuff, like barley wines and imperial stouts on draft, too.
And this is a free event.
Yeah, ironically enough, I thought it was ticketed, but I was dead wrong when I wrote this article.
Event is free. Seating is first come, first serve. That's pretty cool.
I would imagine it fills up pretty quick. I've not been up for this event, but I would imagine it fills pretty quickly.
There's got to be a bunch of history people in Buffalo too that this is right up their alley.
I would think so.
Right, I could think of brewers that this would be absolutely right up their alley.
Right.
So that is tomorrow. Today's the 9th. We're recording on the 9th. Tomorrow, March 10th, 5 p.m. out in Lewiston. But they will have people from historic Old Fort Niagara. Correct? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then that same day.
Oh, what else?
I know you were taking a sip of that beer. You can get around to it, but that same day they're releasing Under the Bridge West Coast IPA, which was the West Coast IPA I talked at the top of the podcast.
Oh, okay. All right.
El Dorado, Chinook, Amarillo hops, 7.2%, which is right about like the new range.
Yep.
For kind of like West Coasts.
Right there in the Hayburner range.
Yeah, right. Big resinous mandarin, notes of mandarin, grapefruit, sweet tropical fruit, and that classic West Coast like hoppy burly finish. So I definitely want to try this. If I can get my hands on cans, I will report back.
Excellent. And Under the Bridge, named after a Chili Pepper song.
It is indeed a tribute to the wonderful Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
All right. And there's no chili peppers in the beer, though.
not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. All right. Anything? Okay. What else is going on this weekend? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's go with Big Ditch because it's Innovation Thursdays, and this is another thing that we missed by recording on a Thursday.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. We might have to come up with a different night. Although, okay. Big Ditch Brewing is launching Innovation Thursdays at the tap room, where they will debut a new chicken wing flavor and small batch beer every week. All right, maybe we'll talk about wing nuts earlier. Go ahead. What else do you know about this?
So this is something I talked to Matt Kahn, the owner president of the brewery. I talked to him about this, and he did give me just so we know, he did give me the next 3 or 4 weeks of what they're planning in terms of beer releases and chicken wing flavors. So I can write a little ahead. So it's not, so you don't miss it, because I would imagine this stuff will probably go pretty quick because it's a small batch beer and a limited wing flavor. Do they not want you spoiling it too early? Yeah, I was told not to release everything like this far ahead of time. So
okay.
Which is perfectly fine with me. I mean, this week is the first week they're doing it, and I hope it was popular. I hope it was busy. They released a cryo hopped hazy IPA, which I think I saw on Facebook that they referred to it as an orange IPA. So maybe there's orange in the IPA. I'm not entirely sure. And sun-kissed orange hot wings.
Awesome.
So that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does.
If I didn't immediately fall asleep after work on the couch, I would have gone to this.
Nice. Well,
the joys of being old.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
So yeah, I suppose then look for either Big Ditch's Twitter or social media feeds, and look for Buffalo Beer League's Twitter feeds to find out what next week is prior to next week.
Yeah, they're going to do this. Yeah, they're looking to do this every week, at least for the next month. And yeah, so they'll have a new beer and a new wing flavor every week.
All right. That sounds super amazing.
I think that's such a cool idea.
All
like,
right,
I never thought of Big Dish for wings. Maybe I'm naive. I've eaten there dozens and dozens of times, but I never thought about getting wings there.
The Brewbin has such a strong call.
Oh, I know, right?
It's so hard to resist.
If I don't get the Brewbin, I get the pizza.
Oh, I've never had the
But
pizza there.
the flatbread is very good there.
Okay. I have had their wings and they were very good.
Oh, okay.
So last night we went out to Froth, as I said, and we tried wing nuts, and their slogan is size, sauce, crunch.
Okay.
Right. And my biggest problems with wing nuts last night were the size, the sauce, and the crunch.
Oh, goodness.
I know. I am such a purist and I'm such a jerk. They were too big. They were too big.
Oh,
If you like really big wings, they were too big for me.
really?
I have a small mouth. Who would have known? I have a mouth that's not large enough for wing nuts wings. So, okay. I'll give you more as we go on.
Okay.
The flavors were great.
Oh,
The flavors were phenomenal. But yeah,
and
they were too big.
real quick, while we're on the topic of Big Ditch, they announced they announced 4 in addition to Innovation Thursdays, they announced 4 future beer releases. I think that they're announcing each week this month.
Yeah, we saw the
Yes.
tease.
Yes. So I just want
photos.
to point out that their first release they're announcing tomorrow, the day this podcast will come out. Stovepipe cans, 19.2. Now
Nice.
we can I think we can peel back the curtain a little bit. Matt said we could talk about it.
Okay.
I have it on good authority that they're going to be releasing Hayburner in 19.2 ounce cans.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow, which I need them desperately.
Just anything special with the Hayburner or
that I'm unaware of, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Hayburner of some type.
Okay, that is exciting. I want to find the here. I'm going to share the screen so we can take a look at this ad that they put up. Present, share screen, right here. Share. There we go. 4 weeks, 4 beer releases, and yep, tomorrow. Look at that can. 19.2, you say?
19.2 ounces.
19.2 ounces. And then next week, it looks like a 12, and then a 16 to round out this month. This is exciting.
This is very exciting.
So once again, follow Big Ditch and check that out. And follow Buffalo Beer League, because if anyone's going to know, Brian's going to know.
I do my best.
Nice. All right. So the 12th then at Pizza Plant Transit to host Imperial March of Stouts. That's a wonderful name.
Yes.
The Imperial March, of course, being the Darth Vader's theme song.
Right. Anything Star Wars related, I'm in.
And anyone who wears Star Wars gear will receive $5 off a flight.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice little touch.
March of Stouts, right? What else do you know about it?
So I have all the beer. I have all the beers listed here. I mean, we don't have to go through
at
all of them.
BuffaloBeerLeague.com. Go check them out.
Yeah, we don't have to go through all of them, but they're all big stouts, big imperial stouts, some barrel aged stuff, and Founders KBS, CBS, Goose Island Bourbon County, Lagunitas, High Westified, Westbrook Mexican Cake. Beers of that ilk, but many more. Like I said, I have them all listed out in the article. But what I would be most excited about is they're debuting their own Pod City Beer Labs, the Pandemonic, which is their first imperial stout that they've brewed on the Pod City system.
Excellent. Have you had it yet?
I have not. I'm looking forward to it. I have not had this beer.
Sweet.
So I look forward to being able to try it.
On Sunday, March 12th, that's at noon.
And this is Pizza Plant Transit that we should point out.
Yep. Pizza Plant Transit. On Sunday, I will be bottling my Hayburner.
Ooh.
To bring to Big Ditch.
This is
March 31st.
This is exciting news.
Yeah, Sunday. That's the end of my 5 days of dry hopping.
How much of it will you have? How much of it did you brew?
So I think I ended up with about 4.5 gallons total at the end of it, and I'm gonna bottle maybe 6 to 8 bottles of it. So I'll end up with 30 something bottles, mid to low 30s.
Do you have plans for these bottles? Say if your podcast host wanted to get his hands on one.
Well, I'm gonna I'll throw a couple extra bottles so that you can have one and you can sit in your house and pop one open and I can pull one off of my tap here.
I would love to try it, yes.
Because otherwise I'm going to put it all in a keg.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm going to keg it.
Right.
Well, I'm going to put the bottles for the competition.
How many do you have to turn in?
I think 3,
Okay.
2. I think 3. I was gonna do 6, and because if it turned out good, I would put it into AWOG as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, I meant to write. I'll probably write about that next week. That the entries are open for that.
Yeah, entries are open for AWOG, and that is about the same time. I think early April is when they're due. But we can talk about that next week. I'll put some time into that too to make sure we have that right.
Okay.
So, tell me about what is a Rationale.
Yeah, Rationales. So they're a new like craft beer bar and restaurant on Main Street in Williamsville,
Uh-huh.
and they did maybe a week and a half of soft openings, and they're finally open. They're open. They're open right now as we're talking right now, or as you're listening to this, they'll be open tomorrow too.
Perfect. Right? Open on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes. Yeah, I have the hours of operation right here. The tentative hours of operation, of course. I have them right here in the article.
Elevated pub food. All right. Right? That sounds like a lot of breweries around here have elevated pub food.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the new mantra when it comes to like, the new wave of taproom openings. You have to have good food.
Elevated pub food.
Yeah, right.
Which literally might be my favorite kind of food.
And I've read I went through while I was writing this article, I went through and read a bunch of the reviews online about their food, and it sounds really good. Like I've heard nothing but good things about their food.
Excellent. I'm going to jump back into more wing nuts talk as we're going.
Please do.
Number 2, the sauce. Again, flavors were great. I love the flavors. They were a little bit saucy for me. I like a little bit drier of a wing, but
okay.
My problem is this morning. Those hots were really hot. The mediums were hot too. I love hot here. I don't love hot here.
Oh, I feel you, brother.
Yep.
I'm the same way.
So I guess that's not really a complaint. The size, they were too big. The sauce just, whew. There were a couple of Asian sauces that were phenomenal. I think it was garlic. Oh, the honey garlic was probably my favorite over at Wingnuts.
Okay.
I've lost myself here. Where am I? Okay. I wanted to go to the Bisons next.
Oh, okay.
Because we went to one Bisons game this past year, and I got, actually, it was probably a 19.2 ounce can of 2 times IPA.
There you go.
And if you're going to only have one, right? Might as well be.
Yeah, like you're going to the Sabres game.
Yeah, exactly. It might as well be a huge double IPA. So Bison's game Southern Tier Craft Pack. Which this is a great value for a family.
I don't know why it's that probably has more to do with branding than anything else, because there's obviously more than Southern Tier brewing beer at the stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know, that must just be with branding, but regardless. This I think this is great too. Like if you think about it, if you're going to drink beer at the game, you get, with this craft beer ticket pack, you get 2 tickets and then 4 vouchers for 4 beers. You get vouchers for 4 beers, and that's crazy. For $53. Because if you think about it, what each beer you're probably looking to pay, I don't know, at least $10 to $12 per beer, depending on what you get.
$12. Yep.
And right there, that's say on the high end, that's $48 for 4 beers. You're ostensibly only paying like $3 for each game ticket.
Yep.
I mean, if you plan on having 2, if you're going with a buddy or your wife and you're going to have 2 drinks, then why wouldn't you get this?
It's great plan. I go with my 12-year-old, so
well,
4 beers
for
for
me. For Dad, yeah,
right. And like, here you go, son. Here are the keys. You're gonna learn. That's not true. I'm not that terrible of a parent. But this is a great deal. Like I would, for example, I would do this, and take my whole family, right, and do this, and then me and my wife both have the 4 things, and then just pay for the young kids for their tickets. And great deal. I
don't know if they've revamped or changed the beer list since I've last been there. I don't think I went this past season, but they had the last time I was there, they had a pretty decent selection.
Yeah, it was okay. It was actually better than the Bills Stadium.
Oh yeah.
And I haven't been to a Sabres game since pre-pandemic, so I don't know what
I
they're
went
looking at.
I went to a game earlier this year, and the only local craft beer I could get was 2X Haze and 2X IPA from Southern Tier.
Okay. Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Here, I'll share exactly what I had with you.
Oh, okay.
Because I can present.
Take advantage of it, yeah.
Can you see it? Oh,
I see a black
went
screen.
away. Okay. There it is. It's a
Oh, okay.
19.2 Golden Monkey Belgian triple. It was, yep.
What is that?
You're only going to have one.
That's like 10%, right?
9.5?
Yeah.
Yep. It was a fun day. And then me and my son, we slept on the field. That was part of it. That's
wait, is that a real thing?
Yeah, with the Boy Scouts.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
When I was younger, my brother and I got to run the bases after a game, I remember. Here, I don't know if that was, we were in Boy Scouts, but I don't know if it was because of that, but I never got to sleep on the field.
Here's a great picture I took of us sleeping on the field.
Man, that sounds so surreal.
Share screen. Photos. There we are. It's all the tents.
Oh, that is awesome. Man, that's so wild.
Now, because it's a baseball field, you weren't allowed to stake down.
Makes sense.
And it got super windy that night. People left because their tents blew away. It was funny. It was fun to watch.
I don't mean to laugh at their misery, but
I got some good videos of it.
If you're sleeping in the outfield there, if you have to get up and go to the bathroom,
you had to walk into the stadium. Yeah.
Okay. I should have assumed as much.
Or let it go on the field, I suppose, right?
Well, if you can't stake on the field, I assume you can't take a leak on the field.
They did not turn the lights off either. That was just all night. That was it.
Wow.
Yep. So.
Plus, I would imagine they would have to have probably like security was probably there all night, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Walking around, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So there's one more thing on the list here. And that's Collaboration 3.0. I've got my ticket. You got your ticket?
Yes. I will be there. I'm not sure who I'm going to go with. I don't know if my wife wants to go, so I might go with another one of the BBL guys. I'm not sure.
All right, this might be an Uber or a Lyft event. For me? So
did you record a podcast last year?
No, but I'm gonna this year with with you. I didn't tell you yet. With you and with the Buffalo Brews podcast.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I've been talking to them, but they're in like the Dominican right now. They're somewhere tropical. So as soon as they come back.
That's what, Jason, right?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, I met him. The only time I ever met him was at the Brewers Guild golf tournament last year.
Oh, nice.
I met him like very fleetingly. He walked by our cart and I introduced myself. Because I listened to their podcast. I listened to his podcast. I like his podcast.
Yeah. Yep. We hung out a little bit last year at Collaboration.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was his idea. Like, hey, we should do one together. And
I think that's a great idea.
And I only remembered about it now.
Right? Almost a year later.
I just messaged them like, hey, are we going to do this? Let's do this. I said I would message and see if we can get like a small table in the corner. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to do that. Not like a advertisement kind of table, just a place to put stuff down. But Collaboration, if you haven't been, I'll do a little bit of a talk here. If you haven't been, it's the Buffalo Beer Geeks on Facebook, and they put together groups to go out to any local brewery that will have them, and they come up with beers and brew them. For example, this year and last year, I was with Steelbound, so we went out to Steelbound and came up with a Toffee Irish Red. And we brewed a Toffee Irish Red one Sunday morning, out in Ellicottville, and that's going to be at Collaboration.
Wait, did you say you're with Steelbound again this year, right?
Yes.
What did you say? Did you just mention what you brewed this year, or can you not talk about it?
No. I just said it. It's a Toffee Irish Red.
That sounds awesome.
Right? Because it's March.
I love it.
So I'm pouring another beer while we're talking about this. It is a Juice Caboose.
Like a newer can of Juice Caboose.
Wow.
That's no comment on that pour.
Yeah, that's not the pour that I want with the Juice Caboose. That's the pour that I want with the Czech Pilsner. I'll look for the date on this.
I didn't know. Have they done new can runs of that? I'm not sure.
I didn't even look at the date. Well, shoot.
Because I love that beer.
Yep, right. So you're not paired up with the brewery for collaboration?
No, I told myself last year, I was going to do it this year, and then I honestly, it makes me sound important, which I'm definitely not, but I don't think I can commit the time, to be honest with you. Plus my work schedule is so wonky.
Yeah. I would
absolutely love to, though.
Yeah. I missed the brainstorming session. I wasn't there to choose the Toffee Irish Red, but I was there to help brew it. It was fun.
That does sound fun. Did you go to so you went to Ellicottville then to brew it, right?
Went to Ellicottville. Yep. And I poured in the toffee. It's Heath toffee.
What is it, like a puree or a powder?
No, it was chunks.
Really?
Chunks of Heath toffee. So we were trying to come up with a name for it. I don't know if we have a name yet.
I personally love Heath. I love Heath bars. They're probably really bad for my teeth, but like when we go to Dairy Queen, I'll get like the Heath Blizzard, and my wife always thinks it's disgusting.
Oh, okay.
She's not an English toffee kind of gal.
I'm expecting good things. We brewed with Eric.
I look forward to that. Eric's a good dude.
Steelbound. Yep. He was a lot of fun to talk to. So yeah, and I look forward to collaboration. It's a lot of fun. It's March 21st, or I'm sorry, March 25th.
Yes.
1 p.m. at the Powerhouse, which is a really cool venue too.
And we should point out that only general admission tickets are left. VIP is sold out at this point. VIP gets you entrance into another area of the beer festival, and they have additional breweries, which I didn't write down, but they have additional breweries pouring in the VIP section.
Do they have them listed somewhere?
Yeah, if you go to the collaboration website, like Google collaboration, and it'll bring up the website.
Okay.
And you can find out that info. But like, I mean, if you've never been, so this is held at the Powerhouse, which I'm sure nobody has ever heard of. I never heard of it until last year, but it is a very opulent, old like manufacturing facility that has been retrofitted to hold events, and it is a beautiful setting for a beer festival.
Yep. Last year it was sunny, the huge windows. It was beautiful.
Yeah, my wife and I in the big room, in the main room, my wife and I literally would find ourselves just stopped, looking out the window, watching the trains go by. It was just nice. It was really cool.
Okay, well, it's not on their website, on the Powerhouse website. All right. But yeah, and tickets, you can find the tickets at buffalobeerleague.com and check out this Buffalo Beer Buzz, as you should every week, and sign up for the mailing list so that you get things sent to you every Friday. We'll send out that mailing list. And anything else to add?
Just to note that obviously we've mentioned last week, and we should continue to mention that we are nominated for Best Local Podcast in the All WNY Awards. Scott, I got you. We're co-hosts here.
Right? All WNY Awards.
So we are nominated for Best Local Podcast in the All WNY Awards 2023, 2022. I'm not sure.
2022.
And if you want to go, if you want to vote for us, that'd be great. We're up against a lot of great competitors.
Yep, and it only goes until Wednesday.
What's that?
The voting only goes until Wednesday.
Oh, there you go.
So heads up on that.
Pointing that out. If you go to the Buffalo Beer League Twitter page at Buff Beer League, BUFF Beer League, I tweeted about it a while ago, but it is pinned to the top of our Twitter profile.
Nicely done.
So if you find us on Twitter, it is the first tweet. Click the link. It takes 5 to 6 minutes to vote. You can vote for as many categories as you want, but please, if you would be so kind as to cast a vote for us, it would really mean a lot.
Yeah, please do, because that'd be fun.
I would love to say that we're an award-winning podcast.
Award-winning.
Just getting to sit here with you on a weekly basis and drink a couple beers and talk about beer. I mean, I would love to win an award for that.
Agreed. Right. And make sure you vote for Queen City, my Queen tribute band, and for Kate
Rearview
Clark,
Ramblers.
my sister, and the Rearview Ramblers, and the Country Punk Extravaganza. That's the CPX. Who else? And Sally Schaefer, friends, personal friends, Dave Guilford. Make sure you vote for people. All right.
So Scott, I wanted to ask real quick. I
Yep.
think maybe you mentioned last week.
Go ahead.
What? So are you? What kind of live shows are you playing? Do you have shows coming up for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, that's it. It's a good point. This coming weekend, I'll be at Hamburg Brewing.
Really?
Right?
What?
Have you heard of Hamburg? We'll be at Hamburg Brewing.
Yeah, Hamburg Brewing. I've heard of them.
Right on St. Patrick's Day at 6 p.m. in the tent. It's $10, and if you happen to be off on Friday, my dad's band plays there earlier, so it's an all pan fill all day at Hamburg Brewing. So Emerald Isle is my dad's Irish band, and they're playing, I think, at 1. And then me, my sister, and my brother-in-law, we play at 6 and close out the night at Hamburg Brewing on the 17th. And then we'll be at Pressure Drop at the Barrel Factory on the 18th, right after the parade.
That's going to be wild.
Oh,
that
yeah.
night or
it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, that's going to be something.
I wear a kilt.
That's even better.
So does my brother-in-law.
That is that's worth the trip alone.
Absolutely. We'll be in kilts. We'll sing all your favorite Irish music. And we drink a lot.
I can only imagine.
Yep. We have songs where we drink whole pints during the song.
Oh, goodness.
And then you need one before that song. You need one during that song. You need one after that song. So yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. We will talk again, hopefully, right? Next Thursday.
Yes.
To talk about things that are happening on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I was just going to say I saved all that for next week's edition. I have all that lined up. Good. So like there's a lot of happenings at breweries. I'll have it all in the Beer Buzz for next week.
Want to do a green beer next week?
Ooh.
Maybe we'll do some green beer.
Okay.
That way we can poop green all the next day.
all right. I haven't had a green beer, and it has been a couple years since I've had a green beer, so I'm in for that.
All right. Well, then have a good night. I'm going to go out. We're going to go. Oh, yep, please. Cheers to you. We're going to go out with the Rearview Ramblers with You Can't Buy Beer with Condolences. And we will see you next week. Anything, it's at Buff Beer League. It's at WNY Brews. And check out the website, buffalobeerleague.com. Thank you for listening.
Because you